Impostor syndrome. Why smart people feel like frauds. Impostor syndrome is one of the most paradoxical psychological experiences found among capable, intelligent, and high-achieving individuals. It describes a persistent internal belief that one's success is undeserved, accidental, or fragile, as if a person could be exposed at any moment as not competent enough. Although it is not a clinical diagnosis, it is a deeply rooted cognitive and emotional pattern that affects confidence, motivation, decision-making, and long-term career development. People with imposter feelings often say, "I know I achieved something, but it doesn't feel real. I got lucky. I fooled them. Someone like me shouldn't be here." This analysis explores why this phenomenon appears, how internal and external factors shape it, how it influences professional and personal life, and what practical strategies individuals can use to overcome it. The goal is to illuminate the psychological mechanisms behind imposter syndrome without pathologizing it, showing that it is a common experience shaped by human cognitive biases, family dynamics, developmental history, and social expectations. 1. Understanding the core mechanism. At the heart of imposter syndrome lies a disconnection between external evidence, achievements, skills, positive feedback, and internal evaluation, self-judgment and interpretation of competence. Instead of integrating success into their self-concept, people with imposter feelings attribute it to luck, timing, external help, people overestimating them performing well while not actually being skilled psychologically. This is a gap between objective performance and subjective self-assessment. It is maintained by cognitive distortions, unbalanced thinking patterns that emphasize shortcomings while minimizing strengths. 2. Developmental roots. Family dynamics and early experience. Although imposter syndrome can appear in adulthood, its foundation often forms much earlier. The labeling dynamic. Children who are labeled in extreme, one-dimensional ways, such as the smart one, the responsible one, or the talented one, may internalize perfectionistic expectations. When reality doesn't match these labels, even slightly, they feel fraudulent. A single mistake feels like evidence that they never deserved the label in the first place. Mixed messages about achievement. Growing up in environments where success is either overly praised or rarely acknowledged can distort a child's understanding of effort and competence. For example, excessive praise for innate ability, rather than effort, can create pressure to remain flawless. Minimal praise can lead to chronic feelings of inadequacy, even when performing well. Both extremes create internal fragility. Comparison within the family. Sibling comparison is another root. Children who grow up feeling like they need to prove themselves, or who are compared unfavorably, may carry a lifelong sense of deficit. Conversely, children who are idealized may feel afraid of disappointing expectations, resulting in pressure to maintain an unrealistic image. 3. Cognitive patterns underlying imposter syndrome. Several cognitive mechanisms support the feeling of being a fraud. Discounting success. Success is reinterpreted as accidental or unearned. The mind says, "Anyone could have done this. I just got lucky." They were being polite. Instead of absorbing success, the individual minimizes it, overemphasizing failures or uncertainties. A single mistake is magnified and becomes evidence of global inadequacy. This stems from a mental shortcut where negative information feels more true than positive. Perfectionism. Perfectionism convinces people that anything less than flawless performance equals incompetence. This combines with unrealistic internal standards that are impossible to meet. Fear of being evaluated. People with imposter feelings tend to catastrophize feedback. Evaluation is perceived as a threat, an opportunity for others to uncover hidden shortcomings. Confirmation bias. Once a person believes they are inadequate, the mind selectively searches for evidence supporting that belief. This self-reinforcing cycle makes imposter feelings persistent even when objective results are strong. 4. Personality factors. Imposter syndrome often appears alongside certain personality patterns. High conscientiousness, strong diligence and desire to do things correctly. Low self-esteem, difficulty seeing oneself as competent. High sensitivity to criticism, interpreting feedback as a sign of failure. Social anxiety traits, overestimating how negatively others judge one's performance. These traits do not cause imposter syndrome by themselves but create fertile ground for it. 5. Environmental and social factors. Highly competitive environments. Academic institutions, high-achievement workplaces, and industries that celebrate excellence can intensify feelings of inadequacy. When everyone is talented, individuals with imposter tendencies conclude that they are the exception, the only one struggling. Lack of representation. People from underrepresented groups, gender, culture, socioeconomic background, may feel additional pressure to prove that they deserve to be in spaces historically dominated by others. Unrealistic modern standards. The digital age creates endless comparison. Social media amplifies achievements while hiding struggle. People see others' polished successes and assume those people never doubt themselves. 6. Emotional dynamics. The internal conflict imposter syndrome is not only about thoughts, it is also about conflicting emotional states. The fear of exposure. This refers to a chronic underlying anxiety that one day others will discover the truth. It drains emotional energy. Shame. Shame arises from believing that inadequacy is a personal flaw. This emotion is deeply painful and usually hidden. Fear of failure. Failure is not seen as information or a step in learning but as confirmation of worthlessness. Fear of success. This is less discussed but equally powerful. Success creates expectations. Expectations create pressure. People who fear being unable to maintain success may avoid opportunities, even subconsciously. 7. Behavioral patterns that maintain imposter syndrome. The emotional conflict leads to self-reinforcing behaviors. Overworking to compensate. People push themselves excessively to avoid being exposed. They prepare far beyond what is necessary, believing that they must maintain a perfect performance to earn their place. Avoiding opportunities. They may decline leadership roles, promotions, speaking opportunities, or new responsibilities because these situations could reveal their perceived inadequacy. Seeking external validation. They rely heavily on praise or approval to temporarily soothe self-doubt. But external validation rarely lasts long because internal beliefs remain unchanged. Procrastination. A surprising but common pattern. Procrastination becomes a protective shield. If the work is later criticized, they can attribute it to lack of time rather than lack of ability. 8. How imposter syndrome interferes with careers and life. Imposter feelings significantly shape professional trajectories. Limited growth. Avoiding opportunities reduces visibility, leadership potential, and career advancement. Chronic stress. Overworking and perfectionism lead to fatigue, dissatisfaction, and emotional depletion. Poor decision-making. Fear-based decisions replace strategic ones. People choose what feels safe, not what is meaningful. Difficulty negotiating. They may underestimate their value, accept lower salaries, or avoid advocating for themselves. Lack of enjoyment. Even genuine success feels empty when it is dismissed as undeserved. In personal life, imposter feelings can affect relationships, especially when individuals fear being found out emotionally, assuming that if others knew their real self, they would judge them. This section focuses on strategies and step-by-step tools for reducing imposter feelings. They do not eliminate self-doubt instantly, but they gradually reshape thought patterns and strengthen a realistic sense of competence. 1. Recognizing distorted thinking. The first step is noticing the internal narrative. Common examples include: I shouldn't have gotten this job. Anyone else could do this better. If I don't get everything perfect, I'm incompetent. Write these thoughts down and label them as interpretation, not truth. This creates distance between you and the automatic thought. 2. Reframing attributions. Instead of attributing success to luck or timing, deliberately consider your contributions. Ask: what skills did I use? What effort did I invest? What decisions helped me succeed? This trains the mind to acknowledge personal agency. 3. Calibrating standards. Perfectionistic thinking convinces people that only flawless performance is acceptable. The goal is to shift from perfect or failure to good enough. Ask: what level of quality is truly required in this situation? Would I judge someone else as harshly as I judge myself? 4. Comparing facts versus feelings. Feelings of inadequacy often persist even when factual evidence contradicts them. Create a competence log, a record of accomplishments, completed tasks, successful situations, and positive feedback. When imposter thoughts arise, review this log as a reminder of objective reality. 5. Accepting normal struggle. People with imposter syndrome often believe that skilled individuals should feel confident all the time. This is unrealistic. Everyone struggles with uncertainty, complex tasks, and self-doubt. Normalizing struggle reduces the fear of not knowing everything. 6. Practicing healthy self-disclosure. Talk to trusted colleagues, mentors, or peers about your feelings of inadequacy. Many people will reveal similar experiences. This reduces isolation and challenges the assumption that everyone else has it figured out. 7. Gradual exposure to anxiety-provoking tasks. Avoidance maintains imposter syndrome. Instead, practice approaching uncomfortable tasks in small, manageable steps. Volunteering for a small presentation, taking on a moderate leadership task, engaging in a meeting more actively. Each small step builds internal evidence of capability. 8. Strengthening an internal source of validation. Shift from relying solely on external approval to developing an internal standard. This includes identifying personal values, defining what success means to you, measuring your progress by your own goals, not by comparison. This reduces dependence on others' opinions. 9. Developing realistic self-compassion. Self-compassion is not indulgence. It is a balanced way of relating to oneself. It includes acknowledging imperfections without self-attack, recognizing shared human struggle, encouraging yourself as you would a friend. Self-compassion quiets the harsh inner critic. 10. A practical checklist for everyday use when feeling like an imposter. Name the thought. This is an imposter reaction. Identify the trigger. What situation produced the feeling? List concrete evidence of your competence. Reframe the attribution. Replace luck with actual actions taken. Check standards. Are they realistic? Break the task down into smaller steps. Talk to someone for perspective if needed. Acknowledge progress, not perfection. Pause and breathe, reducing physical tension. Move forward anyway, even while doubting. Action weakens the imposter voice. Imposter syndrome is not a sign of incompetence. Paradoxically, it often appears in highly capable individuals who set demanding standards for themselves. It reflects an internal identity gap, where a person's self-concept lags behind their actual achievements. Rather than diagnosing or pathologizing it, understanding imposter syndrome as a pattern of thinking, feeling, and behavior allows for realistic, practical change. By recognizing cognitive distortions, adjusting perfectionistic expectations, and grounding self-evaluation in evidence rather than fear, individuals can gradually align their inner sense of competence with their real abilities. Imposter feelings may never disappear completely, but they can lose their power. What remains is a more stable and confident relationship with one's achievements, one based on accuracy, self-respect, and genuine growth. You are not a fraud. You are learning, growing, and contributing, just like everyone else, navigating the complexities of competence, identity, and personal development.